Hi, in this lecture we will learn how to show the rooms names in our project. Rooms names are important to know the room function or application, and to know the room application is important to decide the best HVAC solution for that application. In order to show the rooms on the HVAC 2D plan, you have two options. The first one is to show the architectural plan from the architectural Revit file. Now you are going to tell me, okay, this is the architectural plan. No, this is not the architectural plan. This is cut plan in the architectural model. And to show the architectural plan, you have to follow the following steps. We need to go to the visibility graphics, go to Revit links, to display settings of the architectural file, change the PyHost view to the linked view, and I will choose the ground floor FFL view. Click on OK. As you can see now, we have shown the architectural 2D plan of the ground floor in the HVAC ground floor 2D plan. So this is the first way, but sometimes you will not find good plan from architectural model to be linked to your model. Sometimes you will find that the architectural 2D plan not organized with overlapping dimension, etc. So we need to use the second way. The second way is by tagging the rooms by yourself. How to do it? First, I will restore the previous settings. I will undo. The second way is by using the tag room tool from the architectural tab. We have this tool, tag room. Now move the mouse cursor to the first room. As you can see, we can read the first room name and number. In the family, we have more types. I will choose the type with area. Now move the mouse cursor to the room. As you can see, Revit finds the area of each room. We need the area in the lowest calculations, as we are going to see in the coming lectures. When I click to place the room tag, so we can know this room name and number. The name of this room is Retail 01 and the number is G01. G is short of a ground level and 01 is the first room in the ground level. If you don't have the family, this one, the room tag, then you can load it from the course folder. I put it in the family folder. How to load a new family in Revit? Go to the Insert tab to load family. I will go to the to my desktop where I'm keeping the course folder. I will go to Revit template library shared parameter and dynamo folder. I will go to library to annotations, and as you can see here we have this room tag 1.5 millimeter, and I will click on open. Now I loaded this family and I will choose this one with area and I will place it like this, and I will delete this one. As you can see, this one is smaller. Now I will create similar. How to create similar? Type on your keyboard CS, or from here, as you can see, we have create similar. After selecting the room tag, type CS to tag to activate the tagging command again, and now you can tag the rooms as you can see. The toilets, and here we have the shafts. Right click cancel to exit the tool. The next thing that we have to look at is the shafts. As you can see, all these tags start with mech or for the mechanical works. We can use them to place the vertical ducts or pipes. Usually the architectural engineers with coordination with the structural and MEP engineers decide where to put the shafts, but usually shafts should be located in or adjacent to mechanical rooms and as far as possible from noise sensitive areas. If we open ASHRAE fundamentals, you can find ASHRAE fundamentals in the HVAC design course folder. As you can see, go to ASHRAE fundamentals and open the PDF. I will type on my keyboard Ctrl F, and in the search box here I will type vertical shafts and I will press on enter. Next, next. As you can see in this paragraph, buildings over 3 stories usually require vertical shafts to consolidate mechanical, electrical, and telecommunication distribution through the facility. Vertical shafts should be located in or adjacent to mechanical fan rooms and as far as possible from noise-sensitive areas. In general, duct shafts with an aspect ratio 2:1 to 4:1 are easier to develop than larger square shafts. The rectangular shaft also facilitates transition from equipment in the fan rooms to the shaft. As you can see, if you go back to Revit, as you can see, what is the dimension of the shaft? I will place a dimension like this. I will open the calculator. If I divide this number, it's around 1900, and I will divide it over 780. As you can see, 2.4, which is in between this value, the recommended value from ASHRAE fundamental 2:1 to 4:1. We have only one square shaft, as you can see here. We will see if we are going to do some modifications on this shaft based on our design. And in the coming lectures, I will tell you why ASHRAE recommended aspect ratio of 2:1 or 4:1 for the shaft size. The aspect ratio is the ratio of the longer side to the shorter side. We are going to discuss all these things in the coming lectures. For now, and after tagging the rooms in the ground floor, save the project. Now please, and to save the time, go to all these views and place the tags for each room. I will do mine and I will show you the final results. I have finished tagging the project views. If I go to the basement, as you can see, basement 1, basement 2, and so on and so forth for all project views, as well as the reflected ceiling plans. As you can see, I placed the tags for all levels, and same for the restaurant and kitchen area. I will go to the ground floor HVAC ducts. Now we can fully understand the architectural layout. As you can see, this is the entrance of the project. Here we have 2 doors. Then we have the circulation or the corridors of the mall. Here we have lift lobby, as we have 2 elevators. Here we have the retails, the shops, as you can see. This one is for travel agency, and as you can see, we have 2 offices. At the middle, we have, this is the core of the building. We have the staircase, and we have the toilet, male toilet, female toilet, and here we have the shafts, the mechanical shafts, and here we have the electrical shaft. The first floor, if I go to the first floor view, as you can see, almost typical from the ground floor, as you can see. Now, if I go to the second floor, we have the restaurant area. Here we have hookah room. This is the kitchen area, the main kitchen, the commercial kitchen. And here we have the janitor closet. And here we have same male toilet, female toilet, and lift lobby. If I go to basement 01, as you can see here, we have electrical room. We have water tanks in basement 1, and if I go to basement 2, we have, as you can see, water tanks. So the water tanks extend from basement 01 to basement 02, as you can see. And here we have garbage room, we have toilet for the security of the building, we have the lift lobby, and here a room for the cleaners. In basement 02, as I said before, we have water tanks. This room is for the fire pump room. We are going to learn how to create the ventilation for the mechanical rooms. Here, water supply pump room. In basement 02, here we have store, and here we have lift lobby. Save your project. So that's it for this lecture. Till now we learned how to link architectural model, how to read the wall layers, and how to read architectural elements properties in general. We learned how to define the project levels and grids, how to create our own views, how to show the architectural rooms names. We have one more important thing that we have to look at when we receive the architectural drawing, which is the false ceiling. That's what we are going to talk about in the next lecture, the different types of false ceiling that we usually see in construction projects. Thank you very much and see you in the next lecture.